Based on our results, you have a sexist, genderist, heterosexist in some cases, racist environment, classist environment in college engineering. But we don't call it that. We try and sugarcoat it. If we don't start calling it racist, I'm not calling you a racist, so please don't hear that, okay? I'm not. The environment that you are currently living in, based on this, is systematically racist. If we don't start calling it those things, then we devalue the experiences of those who experience them. And that's not okay. I'll stop preaching. So, we found top 4 things that were strengths. They may not be what you decide on. As a community, you need to look at this. This is the first step, not the last step. Because I am sick in higher ed, so I do this work. We collect data. Where does it go? On shelf. Collect the data, make a nice little task force. They create some nice actions that go into a plan. Where's the plan go? Sorry. On a shelf. That's not going to happen in this case. I've been promised, right? We've had this conversation. So it's important that you create some actions that you can actually see and measure based upon just a survey, or you won't do it again next time. I know this works. If you're committed to this, I know you can see change happen. I know it. I've seen it happen. Some of your challenges. There are some things you have to work on. These are the things that we picked out, but you may find other ones based upon your review of the data. So, next steps. It's all available for you to look at. You can go back and look at all of it yourself. Make your own conclusions. Okay? And I will stop. Thank you for your time. Any questions for me before I... Yeah.
Very interesting presentation, by the way.
Thank you.
One of the things that concerns me about overarching surveys like this is that they tend to group people into groups. What happens to the minority of one? What happens when you're an individual and you can't benefit from programs or agendas that are specified toward groups? What about that minority of one?
Good question. We try really hard to make the invisible visible. So in our case, when there's a less than 5, we don't report it because we're trying to protect your confidentiality. For us, it's more important than singling you out. Okay? In those cases, what we find is at least we bring it to the attention that there's 2 transgender people in the college, or there's 3 people with certain disability, or there's 3 conservative Christians who feel like they can't bring the Bible in because they're going to get harassed if they do, right? They're there. But we can't talk about them or talk about you as a person. And to do that would betray your confidentiality. So for us, it's more important to protect your confidentiality. Doesn't mean those things aren't there. And I would hazard a guess that the groups we've talked about, you're probably one of those groups. Right? We're multiple identities. Spirituality, gender, race, ethnicity. And race is white. White's a race. Okay, so one of the things we're talking about here may not get your particular issue. I'll also say that we won't put a comment in that's so horrendous because it was one person's comment. It's got to be a theme. So you're right, we're going to miss that one individual and may have a concern. But we're going to try and address the overarching issues because in many cases it's probably going to take care of that one person. Sorry, I can't get that answer for you. That's the truth. Okay. So you may not see your comment that you took a long time rating in the survey responses or in the report because you're one of one. You got something to complain about, but you're it. Okay? And you're right, that's a concern with this. That's why you do focus groups. To try and get the individual kind of things that are going on. Other questions or thoughts? Yes, sir.
Well, you talked about not just shoving this, so what happens then?
Good question. I'm going to sit down and then take care of that.
Wait, what I have, first of all, I really want to reiterate that nobody asked us to this study. This was a decision by the government, spending time and effort and resources and then get a report and put it on the shelf. And this is not our procedure. This is not what we have done since I started here just under 3 years ago. So when Sue was talking about plans and so on, in our case, the strategy led to an implementation plan. The implementation plan has horizontal lines with people responsible for them, starting metric, target metric, timelines and milestones, and then we circle back every quarter or so and we update who is doing what and who achieved what and what was not achieved. And in every public forum, I report percentage completion on each task. And that's how we run the college. The intention is that there is an awful lot here, and there could be a very large number of actions that need to be taken. What I would like us to do, and I talked about that with the previous group that we had just before you came, is that if the current committee headed by Peggy and Tom would accept looking at the gamut of issues that we are sort of suffering from, and try to categorize them into three things: short term, medium term, and long term. And then look at the short term. This is the report identifies issues, doesn't make recommendations to address the issues. We want to identify actions that are needed to address the issues. We look at these actions, especially ones, and less so the medium term ones, and less so the long term ones. We start off with the short term ones, and we start firing projects to address them. And the projects will be funded, so we'll have people responsible for them. So you have resources, individuals, and if usually they are not space related, but if there are space related issues, then we will try to address them within the fact that you know very well that we are maybe one of the most challenged colleges of engineering around the country in terms of space and infrastructure. But nevertheless, so this is the start of the process of implementing hardcore aspects of doing projects to address these challenges that we see. The intention is that we repeat the study in 3 years' time, and we repeat it. There might be things that we want to add in the study in 3 years' time, but from previous experiences that I've had, we really stick with the core. See how challenging the infrastructure we are. We have to have repeatability in the questions asked. If we want to add to them, that's fine. I don't want us to take away from them, and I don't want us to change them so that we can get the same parameters and compare. I think that we can really make a dent into these, and we can do much better than what we have done. Josh?
I think it would be good too to look at some of the repercussions of some of these things. I'd be remiss in my job if I didn't point out that some of the numbers that were just presented are above thresholds in the safety world where we start being concerned about, one, the possibility of a big event, just because you have a critical mass of people who feel a certain way. But even on the smaller scale, when I see a number of 50% of people wanting to leave the college, and it's well documented that job satisfaction affects safety, so we would expect to see increased workers' compensation claims and increased safety deficiencies and liabilities, that some of our other numbers that I've been tracking are starting to show that. I think it's very important that we look at some of these repercussions, because they are going to be either a really bad day for somebody, which probably is going to be me, or it's going to be costing us a lot of money to handle some of those safety deficiencies, workers' comp issues, things like that, that aren't necessarily going to come out in this report, but have a strong correlation that goes with that data.
Can I offer, this shouldn't be a data set you look at in the vacuum. Right, you've got other data. I know, if you look at data retention, you're losing willing faculty. You're losing them. They come, they don't stay. Okay, so this might help to that, but you also have data that talks about your things and how they correlate. So look at these things not in a vacuum, but in conjunction with that.